next Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future.
Back to the future.
Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future.
Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future.
Great Scott! 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 Great Scott!
Great Scott.
I know, this is heavy.
Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuilds. I'm your host Johnny, and here we are. We are going back to the future. Now, a couple weeks ago I had said we were going to be doing this one, which is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, which I got with the AT-AT. But since this decided to come out and I wasn't quite expecting it, I figured this would be a little bit more fun and we'll do this at a later time. So, this one, no, just kidding. Take this one away. We're going to be focusing on this one. What we're probably going to do is we're going to do an unboxing because I haven't even opened this one yet. I've looked up some information on it, but yeah, haven't touched it at all or anything. I opened the AT-AT a little bit when I first got it just because I couldn't resist. But this one is completely unopened. You can see it's got the little tabs and everything. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to open this one because it doesn't look like it has your typical, it looks like it's press down tabs as opposed to like the kind that you cut. So, but that's what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to unbox it, see what we got inside, and then start probably just bag one tonight. And then probably, since it's a smaller build, there's going to be 2 bags for each one, for each week that we do this. Some other quick little things, I don't know if you noticed or not, but the point up here, if you see, looks like YouTube, by the way, has been having problems all day. So if there's any kind of blips or whatever with the stream, sorry about that. They've been having issues. It's a known thing, and I think they're still going on. All we can do is, hope for the best. But anyway, if you look up here, there's now a border around the second camera, the smaller Stormtrooper cam. I've adjusted some other things. There's actually now a chat. In fact, if you are still out there, if you could say something into the chat, it should pop up now. I just want to see how it does. See if it is actually working properly. Hello, you are. Hello everyone, let's see if it pops up properly. Wait, there it is. Alright, so we got a little chat window that pops up as well. Alrighty, so it is Lego time, that's right. So I'm going to use the timer, starting with opening the box, which is a little bit different than normal. I think whenever I did the AT-AT, the unboxing was all by itself, but that was long enough. That was like a 20 to 30 minute thing all in itself. This isn't going to be nearly as big, so we're going to include it as part of the build because it's all going to be all-encompassing, and that'll include doing bag one as well. So I'm going to get the timer up. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go, and we're off. So there's our timer. I've changed that a little bit, so we're going to actually start pushing this in. I haven't had to do this in a Lego set in quite a long time. Alright, that one's open. This is a really neat rendition of this set. They came out with one a couple years ago. There you go. But the one they came out with a couple years ago was just the DeLorean itself, and I think it only did movie 1. Not 100% sure. because I didn't get that one. There we go. Whereas this one actually does all 3 movies. Alright, there we go. So yeah, this one does not open as clean as some of the other bigger sets and stuff like that, which is fine. This is actually old school Lego box opening. So let's see what we got in here. You can see just from this, this is Back to the Future 2 with the wheels folded down. You get a figure, you get Doc, you get Marty. Makes sense, obviously. Looks like we get the plutonium case. We get the hoverboard. We get a banana because that goes in Mr. Fusion. Mr. Fusion takes all kinds of natural things and like I think they threw in like banana peel and pop and some other things. Takes bio things and turns it into the fuel that it uses. It has the gull wing doors. It's got everything in this build. And like I said, you can do all 3. You can see 1, 2, 3. So let's get out all the stuff. First things first. Now this is going to be fun. We got a lot of decals here, a lot of tiny ones. So the my tweezers that my friend sent me are gonna come in handy. All right, so we'll undo that in a second. There is bag 11. I think there are 11 bags, and in fact 11 holds all the pieces that are just for doing the 3 different modes of the build. So we'll put 11 will go back in. We'll put everything back in. All right, we got 4, 5, 10, 8, I think this is, there's 3. We'll put 3 here. 2. There's our tires, so it's actual rubber, and the windshield and a couple other extra little things. So. Hello there, how are you doing today? I apologize if you see any skipping with the stream, because YouTube has been having some issues. Hi Versus, good to see you. Oh, 4 has some extra little pieces. I think you guys didn't come in early enough. There's bag 1. I'm going to put it over on L3G0. Bag 9. My next build. Well, this is the Back to the Future card. This is my, I guess you could say, my current build. My next build, I'm not sure yet. I'm probably going to do a poll to decide what I'm going to be doing, because I got a lot of choices. So, bag 6. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Nope, that's it. Alright, so 11 and the tires are going to go back in. Bag 10. 9. I have a number, I mean, I've done Star Wars sets in the past, so I'm probably going to switch it up. I mean, I switched it up for this. Obviously for the Back to the Future car. So I'm not sure what my next one will be. We'll find out what everyone decides. I got a number of choices. And just to let everyone know, I said this at the beginning, but there is some issues. YouTube has had some issues with streaming. The service was down for a little bit earlier today, so may see some interruptions. Not sure. We'll find out. So, all right, I'm gonna put the box away for now. Actually, you know what? It'll fit because the bags. We'll put that here. The bags are not nearly as big as the AT-AT was. So there we go. We'll put that there. All right, and let's open the instruction books. Also, if you weren't here right at the beginning, you missed the little intro. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm going to do a review on the AT-AT because I had so much fun with it. But it's a fantastic build. It took me over 17 hours. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But I am going to do a review of it because there are some things that, I just minor little things that I didn't like about it. But overall it was just great. Like I said, little decals. 6 more troops left. Nice. Very nice. I did a little montage. There's a little montage that I'll do at the end. I did it right at the beginning, and in case you missed it, so I'm going to do that. But we're going to get started. The timer's already going because we did the unboxing. Like with all the instruction books they've been doing recently, it looks fabulous. It has some stuff about the movies itself and the car, and specifics. There's Mr. Fusion. He's always a classic. The time circuit, just little movie things and stuff, and they talk about the different things. Messages from the design team, the people that created this particular model. This is something I didn't realize was in here. The Mr. Fusion is a light box. It actually lights up, which is a neat thing I didn't realize. So there we go. All right, so we're gonna get started. And as you can see, also, like I said, you can do all 3 versions. So movie 1, movie 2, movie 3. All right, so we're gonna get started. First thing we get to do Doc Brown, and we get to do Marty. So let's get started. So I'm gonna put the pieces, like I always do, on L3G0. 2 other bags. There's our amazing Lego tool, as always. Comes in every set nowadays. And it does work really well in case you have things you need to take apart. Alright, bag number 2, which was in bag number 1, as was this one. Thanks for joining me. As you can see, I love building Lego, so this is going to be fun. So let's build our people first, okay? So actually, looking at the camera, because I wasn't sure how much room I would need, I'm actually going to bring the camera down, this upper one, just a little bit further down, so we can get a little bit closer. Let's see the stuff we're working on. There we go. All right. That's one I've been wanting them to make. I've been wanting kit to be created. I think that would be similar to doing this. I mean, it'd be a similar idea. They could do super pursuit mode, all those kind of things. That would be a really, really cool thing. All right, we got those, and I need Doc Brown's hair, and I need Marty's hair. All right, here we go. So let's build Marty. We'll do the confident face. Okay. He's got the blue jeans and the hair. There we go. There's Marty. I love how when they do the hair, they even give him little things for where the ears would go. Doc Brown, let's see. I'm gonna give him the cool look. I'm gonna give him with the shades from Back to the Future Part 2. And he's got the crazy hair, which is actually not a custom hair because this is they did the similar hair for President Business or wherever he is from the Lego movie. All right, so there we go. All right, they'll hold on to the orange thing. So let's get started. I am going to start with the first piece as always. I need a picture because I always take a picture of the first piece just to have it. All right, there we go. First piece is done. Yay. Perfection for this. For this meaning the DeLorean, or do you mean for the AT-AT since you were asking about it before? as always, we are going to be starting with framing and getting foundations. The DeLorean, I wouldn't say perfection. I'd say they're hitting definitely nostalgia in a lot of ways, and I think that's their bread and butter right now, simply because so many of people my age, a little bit younger, a little bit older, grew up with Lego and grew up with things like the DeLorean. We grew up with, you mentioned Kit. We grew up with all the 80s shows and stuff, and they're starting to go back to those things. I mean, they have the sets for Friends. They've had, what else? I'm blanking on some of them. But they're starting to do that because the kids that grew up with the Legos and, sets, the initial sets, the first sets and things, we can now, we like our nostalgia. We like our things that were from the 80s and the 90s, and we can buy them. So that's why they're doing things like the AT-AT and, bigger sets, Star Wars wise, because those are just epic as far as ships and things go. So I wouldn't say perfection. I say they're hitting a home run, though, because, I mean, they did one before. I need to look up the info on that, like how much they did with it, like how much went into it. Oops. It's very loose right now, simply because there's only 4 spots where it's connected. But yeah, they're definitely hitting all cylinders. Pun intended. One thing to notice too with this is kind of neat. They've done this in some of the other builds. If you notice in the instructions, they have it outlined in red, what pieces are being added, so you don't get lost, which is nice. Not all instructions have that. Oh, the Titanic, a friend of mine has it. The UCSISD. Oh yeah, the Imperial Star Destroyer. I have the original one of that, which was fun, but it's just a hollow shell. That's really all there is to it. Whereas the newer one has a lot more to it. Lost that piece. All right. Versus, where are you at as far as the Coliseum goes? Because you've been working on that for a while. And like most Lego sets that are bigger, there's a lot of framing that's going on, and it's always interesting whenever you have Technic pieces along with regular pieces, getting them all fit in. Oh, right. Now, are there just 4 boxes? Or is there a 5th box? I know there's over 9,000 pieces with that thing. Crazy drunk buyer, you. Alright, got that in there. We're going to flip over. Alright, so I got these little black fold-up things. Oh geez, yeah, you got a ways to go. Mine actually isn't that close. Mine's probably about the same distance, closer to Pittsburgh. So I feel your pain. It's hard to get there. Oh geez, so 6 bags. So you have more bags in your boxes than the AT-AT did, which makes sense because you have more pieces. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like seeing the chat. I added the chat box. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's an extra chat box so that whenever the video gets processed and everything, the chat can show up there too, because the YouTube chat doesn't always show up. Alright. Haha. Sounds busy. Glad I don't live in the city. Alright, I think this is a 3. Alright, so And like a lot of things that they do as far as build goes, they designate rear and front. So we got red will be rear, white will be front. Once I get to that one. There's always a method to the madness that Lego does. Make sure these pieces are down. Oh, nice. Yeah, Legoland's one of those places I do want to visit sometime. Someday. And if you have the Titanic, you have the AT-AT and stuff like that, you definitely have enough VIP points saved up so that you can go do those places. Because they're free whenever you use your points. I just haven't used them on anything. I just collect them for... Actually, versus with Behind the Coliseum, you probably can go too, as long as you signed up for a VIP. Yeah, I've not been to any of the Legoland. I remember as a kid seeing the original Legoland, like not going to it, but seeing advertisements in the Lego books that I would get back then, yeah, for the original Legoland in Denmark, which would be, I think that'd be phenomenal to go visit. But yeah, they have one. They actually built one in New York that is not that far from me. That me and friends of mine that love Legos too are planning to go to. Oh, I was saying that your it makes sense. You have 6 bags in your last box. I think I had 3 in mine, but it makes sense because yours yours has more pieces. So. But these bags are all, I mean, obviously much smaller than the AT-AT had. Way less pieces, but that's okay. Oh, you've already done 3. It's addicting, isn't it? Like it just is. Go. That goes there. Right. Oh, I gotta do that twice. Right. So we're going corners here with this. Yeah, that's a good. You know what though? That's a good urge to have. It's, you know, because. By far, from all the UCS sets, the AT-AT is my favorite. I mean, the other ones were fun and unique and stuff in their own special way. But something about doing it, the massiveness of it, just really, you know, kind of epic. And yeah. Something about it just and I had to resist because I was doing the streaming for it, so I had to resist just wanting to keep going and recording things and stuff. So all right, now we're doing the opposite corners for the Imperial Shuttle. I know they have one currently. They have like an Imperial Shuttle out now that just came out. In fact, I've seen with the Star Wars builds, a couple of them anyway, that they've been doing extra builds, like the or either the instructions or something in the back of the instructions, I think maybe. It shows like alternative builds that are also Star Wars that you can do with the pieces. Oh, the UCS one, yeah, that came out a while ago. Yeah, that was one I missed. Well, the one bag ended up being a little bit shorter, So yeah, I was like, do we go? You know, do we stop? I kind of wanted to go, and you wanted me to go, so we went. Yeah, definitely we got to go and do 2. So that was fun. I was glad we did that. So where's that last one? There we go. I do, yes. Definitely not the focus of what I'm doing here, but yes, I do game a little bit. Between doing this and other things and stuff, I really just I don't have time to game a lot. That's for sure. Yep, I've seen a number of people playing that. Versus actually plays. Has been playing. I don't know how far he is through that. We may actually do a second bag. We'll find out. This is not taking that long. But the bags, of course, are not that big. So, all right. This goes over here. Whoops, that's not where it goes. Right there. All right, so there we go. That's how it looks so far. What's the matter? Is it getting to you? Too boring? Alright, so now we're getting into some fun Technic pieces and putting things that I don't know what they're going to do or be part of until we get further along. 4. Yeah, the ATST, they did do a version, didn't they? Pretty sure they did. And then another one. Put that down. No, I don't need to put that down. I think they did a version of the TIE Advance. Might not have been a UCS, but it was pretty big. The ATST was really cool. I did not pick that up. That was back before I had money. Oh, it goes the other way. So this goes, I love how they do these pieces because it goes all the way through. Okay. Now I do the exact same thing on the other side. However, colors are different because it keeps the match between yellow and red. Gather my pieces. I don't always do that, but for these little smaller pieces, yeah. So when I saw that they were coming out, with this, I was like, you know, I have to get it just because I knew it was going to be different and better than the previous one that they had done already. This will be done 2 times. And the fact that it can do all 3 movies, I just said, you know, I got to get it. So I called 2 Fridays ago, so April 1st, which is April Fool's. So I think some sites actually posted it, and then they were like, haha, April Fools, you know, Lego's trolling us, and Lego was not. So, oopsie. But they, so I called my Lego store, and first thing in the morning, I had to work. What I did was, silly me, I should have looked online to see if I could get it online. I didn't even think to check. That's what I did with the AT-AT. I actually checked online, but then I didn't check for this, and and this reverses, so this goes this way. And so I called them, and what ended up happening is they sold out of, I think, how many did they say? Hold on, let me think. They sold out of, I think, 62 of these in 2.5 hours. And in fact, they didn't even, I mean, they opened the store, but like the mall that it's in hadn't even opened. Like they, so they had them lined up outside, and you know, they had them go in first come first serve. 2.5 hours they sold out, and the mall wasn't even open. So I didn't get the first round, and then that next Tuesday they were getting a shipment in. Well, I had to work, so I was like, you know, I called them throughout the day. I'm like, do you still have them available? And they said yes, you know, and they were getting less and less. And so finally I was like, all right, they still had some. So I was on my way from work, and before I got to the point of no return on my trip to either go down or, you know, head back home after work, called them one last time and said, hey, do you still have any? And they said no, they were sold out. And I was like, so at least I didn't make the extra trip to go all the way down. So, and then I finally, last Friday, excuse me, I still had to work, but, you know, I called them and I said, yep, they had a bunch, and, you know, they first come, first serve as always, and they still had them, so went and picked it up right after work was done and got it and made my day, because I was, the thing was, since I was still doing the AT-AT, I wasn't too worried that I didn't get it right away, but I kind of wanted to start it for this next stream series, so it worked out. It worked out the way it needed to. Alright, 4 little tiny things to go right here. Alright. Alright. Looking like a cool, I'm guessing the gull wings are going to go here. This will be the front. This will be the back. I'm guessing that's what we're going to end up with. Alright, more Technic pieces. Little spacer. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so we have a shaft. So the shaft goes through here. This goes through here. Shows it at an angle. Okay. So we'll leave it there. I gotta get another gray piece. Goes on this end. And another mini shaft, and then another gray piece, and then this goes through. These are unique whenever they do this. They put pieces in and then you're sliding through and everything. And then, okay, so this goes here in between these two, push that down, and then it slides all the way through. Looks like. Okay. Yes, I needed to make that sound. Alright, now we're doing the same thing on the other side, but I notice it's offset, so that's interesting. So this little doohickey here that I'm pushing up is offset. It's not, you know, it's not in the middle, so that's kind of interesting. Not sure what this is going to be used for. So we'll find out, obviously. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. And that same shaft. So we're going to put it through first, and then put the red thing on. Another gray. Black, and another gray. Okay. I know, you see you can't put it on this side, you can't put that black one on there because this goes all the way through. Alright, another these to help keep it on there. And this is going to go in between here. Make sure that's all nice and stiff. And push that through. Alright, so there we go. So we've got 2 of these, one on either side, but they go, like I said, they're on one side. Alright, some more inner workings. It looks like we're going to have the place where the chairs are going to go, or at least at some point. Putting those on. Alright. It looks like we are at 31 minutes of doing this build. Been streaming for about 37, so we may do bag 2. What do you think? Should we do bag 2 as well? Almost done with bag 1. Put those there. Now flip it over. Aha! We're building some kind of little contraption down here. What do you think? Bag 2? Make this stream a little bit longer. I know you're biased. I knew you were gonna say that. Little elbow macaronis here. Make sure those are going the same way. 2 more red things. Ooh. All right, now this is just interesting because it's like a little handle that we build here. It's kind of not sure what that's for. I know, just like Lego always does, we'll find out. So, and then I'm putting these here for some reason. That needs to go back in there. Oh, that's so it doesn't. Oh, okay, that's so it doesn't move. Okay, all right. Not sure what that's for. All right. Oh, now we're putting some gears. So these gears are going to be interesting. I got 4 of them. So these gears are obviously for something very important. Let's put this on. A little covering. Actually, it's more of a spacer, but you know. Alright, since Versus was so enthusiastic, we'll definitely do bag 2. Alright, so 2 more of those, and do 1 each here. Yeah. It's hard to see, I know, with such little pieces. And this goes this way. Okay, so the gears are intermingled, I guess you could say, because they do touch. So, like I said, I'm not sure what they're for. Okay, so if I move this, so you can see the gear. So the gear does move, but it doesn't move very far. So, interesting. Okay. All right, bag 2 it is. We have enough. Actually, I have all my extra pieces over here from the previous build from the AT-AT, so yeah. Alright, so what are going to do with my box? Got to turn it around and see bag 2. That's 9. That's 3, so 2 should be really close. 2! 2 doesn't have that many pieces either, so we'll be able to get 2 bags done tonight for sure. That back. I like how they do, if you look, they say bag 2. You're supposed to empty it out, just in case you didn't know. Just in case. Definitely a lot less pieces than the AT-AT bags, though, that's for sure. which I'm fine with. I mean, the AT-AT was quite the undertaking. It was amazing. But sometimes you just want to do a smaller build, you know? So, alright. So what do we need? We need that piece and a long dark piece. That's the only dark piece I see. So let's... Okay. Look, it all fits. Alright, make sure those are solid. Alright, now we're building an interesting, weird looking thing. So, no, not that yet. I do like having big blocky pieces, like the classic, you know, the classic bricks. I like having those. And that straddles that. And these poke out, so not sure what goes there, but we'll find out. Oh, these two things, where do they go? They go right beside here. That one goes there, this one goes there. So that's like a really long, solid piece, but it arches so that it can go over top of that. And it's kind of neat. All right, so two. All right, so we got little tiny apparatuses to make. Well, those are interesting. Oh, these blocks are weird. So these are like two 1x1 flats put together, but it's a solid piece. So I've never seen those before in any build. So unique pieces. Okay, so we're doing a little armature. Now, these armatures are a little bit different too, because instead of normally they're one long, but now they're two, so that's different. And then a flat. There we go, finally. Alright, so I gotta do two of those, and they go, I gotta flip this over again, and they go right here, right beside, and that fits in just perfectly against these, so that's neat. Little arm sticking out, not sure what that's for, obviously. Again, we'll find out. Alright, question we've asked every week, the burning question. What did you have for dinner? Because that is very important. And you probably had ice cream, right? Oh geez, peanut butter ice cream. Alright, that one goes on the other side. Now those ones are a little different. Peanut butter ice cream and a power bowl from Taco Bell. Ah, you know what I was supposed to get, didn't have time, I got asked too late, but was hoping to get Hank's tonight because it is Taco Tuesday, but ran out of time. And Hank's is way better than Taco Bell. What'd you have versus? Interesting look. Okay, there we go. And one more. Well, I can't help that. I can't make them move to where you are, but if they did, then I would be sad because then they wouldn't be here. So You should start your own franchise. There we go. Oh, have to ask both you and Versus UR, did you finally watch the speed build? Because you guys hadn't. I'm disappointed. And these little, it's going to be hard to see, but I'll try to show the camera. First 20 minutes. Little spiky things are going in. Connectors of some kind, not sure what for. Then work got hectic. That makes sense. Well, I'm glad you watched a little bit. You'll get to finish it whenever you're able to. And, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so a bunch of these flat slanted pieces. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chicken noodle soup and sharp. Duos. Duos are good. I've had those before. This is all the underside, it looks like. Cheez-It. Oh, yeah. Cheez-It duos. Yes. Those are good. Have you had the snaps? Snaps are amazing. They're so crispy and flavorful. Really good. Okay, putting all these flat pieces on. And one. Should be another one. 2. They go over top of that. It's kind of covering it up. I don't know why they're there then. You can barely see them. They're hiding. Got those, and 2 little flat discs go on. There's one, there's the other. Alright, now we're back to the front, and we're adding in little light blue pieces. These are really cool. Really colorful. Make sure they're facing the right way. And 2 on the other side. They're kind of bridging these big connectors and kind of putting them together with the rest of the model. Oops! Kicked it off. Alright, there we go. Nope, Marty and Doc fell over. Gotta stand them back up. 'Cause that's just not fair. Alright, so, okay, we are putting these flat pieces. We're getting close to the point where this is where the doors are going to go down. That's what they got these weird hooks on them. But they go underneath. Kind of an odd piece as well. But they line up with everything here. Alright, 45 minutes of build time. We're doing good. Anything else? Nope. Yep, this is definitely where how the doors are going to go against. How far over? It goes as far as the black parts. color to things. Black pieces kind of gets lost amongst all the other things. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do two. These are gonna be corner things again. So 2 at a time. So I'm gonna move this. Do 1, 2. Because it's a 2x. Up with the red, and we're putting on these backwards gray. Gray pieces, and then silver, or I guess gray and black. Not sure what these are. We're doing opposite corners with them. Got like little vents on them and everything, so. But as always, Lego will let us know. There we go. And now opposite corners, so kind of doing the same thing, just opposite. Where's the other? There it is. Face them the other direction. Everything is going to be put on the other direction. So when we're done with this bag, I will do my quick little spiel of, you know, hey, thanks for coming, blah blah blah. And then don't go away. I'm going to run the little thing I put together, the little montage. It's just it's a funny little thing that I found online, where it's basically going through all the times that they say Back to the Future in the movies, and then Great Scott. So it's kind of just a neat little thing. So it's just fun. Okay, that's the build so far. Still not sure what this underneath thing is for, the little handle we did. We'll find out obviously, but still makes me curious. Alright, so I gotta do this 4 times, and neat how that lines up. That backwards. There we go. That makes more sense. Last few pieces. Don't do that wrong again. Okay, and now some little connectors. We've got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all this is kind of framing where the doors are going to go and sit. Now this car is definitely bigger than Lego people size. One of the things I love about the AT-AT was the fact that it is 1-to-1 scale for Lego figures, whereas this is going to be a lot bigger. Alright, oh, we're putting on some flats. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting a little bit more color to it. Flip it around. And, oh, okay, so in the front, we got to do some pieces as well, some flats. Those are going to be hard to see. Put them over here, and opposite side as well. And now we're to the back. We're putting on some other pieces. Obviously the back and the front are going to be different, so the building part is different. Put on this first, and then red piece, and we're getting down to the wire, almost done. And oh, we got to put on these flat pieces, and then we're going to be done with this. This is bag 2. I'll pause it. There's actually, I noticed that in this book there's some little tidbits of info about the movies and about the car itself that we're building, so I'll read that in a second. Once we get this last piece off, and done. What we at? 5218, so 2 bags, 5218 we did. That's what we ended up with. Still got some weird gearing with this little, not sure what it does or how it's going to work or what it's going to do, but that's it. It doesn't look much like a DeLorean, but that's kind of how things end up being when you start with these things. So let's look at the tidbit information here. The A car, I'm guessing that was the very first or the main one that they used. The A car was the most detailed of the vehicles and was used for close shots. The B car had less detail and was used for the driving shots. Okay, that makes sense. They wouldn't fill in the interior for the movie if you're not going to see it. It was mostly used for the driving part. Whereas the car that's going to sit in there, where you see like the time circuits and everything like that, is going to have, you know, all the detail. You don't need to recreate both, you know, so. All right, that's it. We did 2 bags. The next 2, I'm guessing I can do 2 bags a night because it doesn't take it as long, because we still even beat 9 o'clock. The next 2 bags will be next week, 8 o'clock, and we'll continue going back in time, and it'll be neat to see as this thing gets, you know, continues being built together. So yeah, I'm going to switch over to do the little video that I found, just because it's a fun little thing. So like I said, don't go away. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and, you know, share if you enjoy what I do. And until next time, keep on building. Enjoy the little montage.
Next Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future.
Back to the future.
Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future.
Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future.
Great Scott! 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 Great Scott!
Great Scott.
I know, this is heavy.